Have you ever wondered how hackers crack into software or bypass security checks with ease? Welcome to the world of reverse engineering. In today's video, we're diving into the exciting and often misunderstood process of cracking software using reverse engineering techniques. Whether you're a curious cybersecurity enthusiast, a bug bounty hunter, or someone simply fascinated by how hackers work, this video is for you. I'll show you how a simple program can be turned upside down, and how, with just a few tricks, we can make it behave however we want, even bypassing security measures entirely. Let's jump in. So, to keep things simple and easy to understand, we'll start with a very basic example, something everyone can follow along with. We're going to create a simple program and then reverse engineer it. Let's begin by writing a basic program. So I have created a simple C++ program for demonstration purposes. When the program is executed, it asks the user for a password. If the correct password is entered, the program will display, "Hello, my users." If the wrong password is entered, it will show wrong credentials. Now, let's save the file first on the desktop. After saving the file now, it's time to compile and run the program. Over here, you can see that executable file is created on the desktop. Let's run the program. Type the command on the screen. When program runs, it asks for a password. If I type a random word, for example, hacker, it tells me wrong credentials. Let's run the program again. If I type fix byte, which is the right password, it will display hello, my users. The program is working as expected. Now comes the fun part. Let's see how we can reverse engineer or crack this software. The goal is to make it so that the program always displays hello, my users, no matter what password is entered. To do this, we need a tool called x64dbg, a powerful debugger. I've provided the download link in the description below. After downloading and opening x64dbg, we need to load the compiled file into the debugger. In the debugger, you'll see the assembly code of the program. This is where the magic happens. Even though we wrote our program in C++, the computer only understands binary code. This software translates the binary to assembly for understanding of humans. As you can see, the program is running in the background, and here we have the assembly code. So that's what we're seeing here. Let's run the program in the debugger to understand how it works at a lower level. So if I click on this button, it means I'm telling the program to run and proceed, and as you can see, it's starting to execute. Press this button multiple times till the time it asks you to enter the password. You can see we're currently on this line of the program, and it's asking me to enter the password. So if I type in my password, let's say hacker, we all know what's going to happen next, right? As expected, when I enter the wrong password, the program shows wrong credentials. Let's restart the program by clicking on this button. Let's press this button to run the program till it asks for the password. Over here, the program has stopped and requires an input. This time, I will enter the right password, that is fixbyte in my case. Let's dig deeper. Let's start cracking. As we know, when a random password is entered, our software prints wrong credentials. So we're going to search for the wrong credentials string in the assembly code to pinpoint exactly where this message is triggered. To search a string, follow the visuals on the screen. We've found it. The debugger shows us the location of the string, and now we can analyze the surrounding code. Let's trace the last point. The arrow or white line shows it jumps from the above memory address. Let's analyze. At this point, the program compares two values. If the result is equal to 0, it will jump to the mentioned address, and that address pops up or outputs the wrong credentials. Let's set a breakpoint at this point to further analyze the program. Let's restart the program again and click this button until it asks for the user password. Now this time, I will type a random wrong password and hit enter. The program is now stopped at the breakpoint. Let's expand the program and have a closer look. This JE means jump if equal to 0. If the result of the above test is equal to 0, it will jump to wrong credentials. And if the test result is not equal to 0, it will jump to hello my user address over here. In this attempt, as you know, I have entered a wrong password. It means it will jump to the wrong credentials memory address. So this 0 flag, ZF, is equal to 1. That means the result of the above test is 0, so it will jump to the mentioned address, which happens when you type the wrong password. What if I change this address at this jump point to this one over here? Yes, it will solve our problem. In case of the right password, the result will be not equal to 0, and the program will move hello my user, that is next memory address. In case of a wrong password, the program will jump to the hello my user's memory address again. Now let's run the program. This time, I will type the correct password. In real life or practical cracking, we don't know the actual password. So only to cover the topic in depth and for your better understanding, we are performing this step. The program stopped at the breakpoint. This time, you can see that the 0 flag is equal to 0. It means it will not jump and will print out hello my users. So now let's move ahead. Press this button to run the code line by line till the hello my users string is displayed. Now let's make the changes in the program. Run the program again and enter any random password. I will change the jump memory address from this address to this address. Right-click over here and click on the Assemble option. Now I will type this address where hello my users string is displayed. Press OK and then click on Cancel. Now the 0 flag is equal to 1, but it's going to jump to our desired string. Now, let's save the executable program. Go to File, click on Patch File option. This will display the changes we have made in the program over here. Now click on Patch File button over here. Give it a new file name. and save it. Now run the program. You can see that with a random password, we were able to get the right password result. Now let's run the new saved program from terminal or command prompt. In terminal, run the new saved file. In my case, it was the new crackme file. Now you can enter any random password, see? By typing a wrong and random password, it still greets me with, "Hello, my users." Success! We've cracked the software. By simply changing the jump instruction in the assembly code, we've bypassed the password check and forced the program to show the "Hello, my users" message. Thanks for watching! I hope you learned something valuable from this video. Remember, this content is for educational purposes only. Stay ethical, stay legal, and always use your skills responsibly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss future uploads. Got questions or want to see more topics like this? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Stay curious, stay safe. See you in the next one.